Hey everyone, it's Cece, and I'm going to put this back, but I decided to do another look with the EmilynPalette, the Wants palette. And the reason why is because, yes, I did watch Tati's video, and I was just currently watching Maylene, and she had been doing a Get Unready with me, and people were asking her questions, and one of them was, what do you think of, the drama going on with, Tati and blah, blah, blah. And, I don't, first of all, I love Emily Noel. She was the first one, like pretty much everyone, that I started watching on YouTube. And, I also don't normally like drugstore products, but I continue to watch Emily. I think she is always very well informed, and I may not like the same types of products that she does in general, but I do like them a lot still. I like her reviews. I like what she puts out there as a person. And yes, I still do watch Tati. But there is, the trust factor there. So I started doing this already. You can see in my crease, and I just started on this side. I'm going to dip my brush into Prayer. This is a natural hair brush, and just a dip is really all you need. I found this, I was very hard on this because I don't really use drugstore products. I use kind of the mid-range products. I don't really go for too many of the, super expensive products either. That's just not really what I'm interested in most. Or, I don't know. It's just not what I'm into right now. I'm going to try to bring this down a little bit more without it falling. Hopefully that works. It's just the lighting. Some highlights. But anyway, I don't know if you'll be able to see it good, but I just wanted to do this because I don't think this palette's bad at all. I think I already put this out there, but if you're going to go into, so far I know this color, so Cupcake, Oh Heavens, Eve Rose, Belle Violet. I haven't used Grateful, and I'm going to use Capricorn for the first time, but I have used the other shimmers. So the names that I just put out there, if you are going to use them, let's see. Let's just go into Cupcake. I really love this color Cupcake, but this is a similar brush to what I would always do, and that's 2 swipes. And there's product, and it'll lay down nicely on your eye. But if you were to go into it with more of a brush like this, that's, maybe not as soft, maybe a dual fiber type brush, and you would just go into it kind of up, you really do kind of dig in there a little bit more, and you get a lot. And that's just 1 swipe. So I wanted to put that out there because I think that is a great tip on that. But I am going to go into the color Capricorn because I have been, you know how sometimes you just change your makeup look up? I'm just going to wipe that off real quick. I like a little bit of a medium to dark shade on my lid lately, and I am going to use this flat shader brush. It's not the one I use all the time, but that one is still drying. Okay, so I'm just going to apply that shade. And I don't want to go too overboard today, even though I did choose a dark smoky eye color, because I'm just going to, it's actually still very warm here. We did get some fall and some summer. I don't think we've actually had a frost yet. We've been close, but I don't think we've actually had a frost. So, okay, so just with this non-dual fiber brush, it definitely applies better than Cupcake. And I just love how that's turning out. Okay, but funny enough, I am going to go back into, well, I'm going to wipe this off a little bit, but not a lot. And I'm going to just kind of blend the edges. Right there. And I went, you know, a little bit above the actual lid space, kind of into the movable lid. And, gosh, you guys, I'm like really happy with just that look right there. I honestly am. Of course, I'm going to go under my eyes. What do you guys think about eyeliner lately? I've really cut back on my use of eyeliner. Let's see, I'm actually just going to stick with those two colors. Put Prayer on a stiffer shader brush here. I'm going to start in the inner corner of my eye and go outward on that. But I've been really into it less and less. I've been using shadow as an eyeliner, and almost all of my palettes seem to have, you know, the shade I can use as liner in my shadows. And just a little bit of the Capricorn on that same brush in the outer corner, so it just comes down a little bit and blends in there. Yeah, the Capricorn shade seems to be on par with shades such as Side Hustle, Good Vibes. I still have not used Grateful. Pizzazz, they're very soft and creamy shimmers. And I also have not had trouble with any of the mattes so far, although I have not used Corduroy. So looking at my palette, well, I haven't used the cream, but looking at my palette, the only shades that I have not used are Dark and Early, which I'll grab a little bit of today, Corduroy, and Grateful. So minus those three shades, even though I am a tiny bit of a snob for drugstore makeup, I'm appreciating this palette. It's a great value, and the color scheme, you guys, I love this color scheme. So I'm going to go into Darker Early and use that as a little bit of a liner on my upper lash line. Ooh, this is a small brush. It's also not a stiff one. And this is pigmented. I mean, I just have to dip in once, and oh, you probably didn't see any of that. It's pretty darn pigmented. So on the end, I wanted to make it look a little bit more, and on the inner, a little bit less. If you know what I mean there. So that color Capricorn is very interesting, very beautiful. In the pan, let's show you again. I think you can see the dimension, but I would call it a dark, deep taupe with a rosy undertone. So check out Capricorn. see if you can see. It is a gorgeous color. And I've always liked the taupes, honestly. I'm just going to go in a little bit with prayer and just blend, bring everything a little higher. Really, this was 2 shadows, you guys. 2 shadows. And I chose prayer over the brown shades because I like that mauviness of it with this Capricorn color, because it does have that undertone to it. So I think, I don't know, that's all I need. I don't know where that hee thing has come from in my life. But I also want, well, I haven't had much fallout with this palette at all, but there's a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Let's see. I think I might actually be done with that. So this is my trick. I'm cleaning up the under eye. So I take it and I just pull up. And then that kind of cleans up this whole area also. And if you look, I just cleaned up a little bit under the eye. I don't think I took anything away, hopefully. But there is really no fallout. Now this side there will be some fallout. So you can see it comes down a little bit further than this eye. There is a little bit of a mess there. I think I got it all too. That was it. So when I need a little bit of gloss, my lips get dry. When I do my makeup, I think you've seen already, I definitely start with my eyes. I put the primer on. I do have the primer on, and I set it with a little bit of Kat Von D setting powder, and then I do my face. So I think we are actually probably done with this video. I'm gonna put mascara on, but yeah, I just wanted to show you that I do like this palette a lot, and I don't think it's a bad palette whatsoever, even though the type of makeup I generally like is not drugstore makeup. It's, you know, in that next tier of pricing. And I think one of the reasons I don't like drugstore makeup is because a lot of times that, especially in, do you think in the last like over 5 years, the drugstore makeup pricing has gone up quite a bit. And yes, I'm probably paying twice as much for a mascara as I pull out my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. But, you know, I was just able to get a few tubes for $9 at Ulta. Some of these, and probably the one I'm using right now, came in a kit from QVC. You know, or, you know, maybe I've ordered a kit from QVC or Sephora that, you know, that some of my products were so much cheaper than the drugstore. So those, you know, that's kind of where I got into it. Kits and big palettes and things like that, I think they're worth it. But I think Emily, and anybody who's watched her channel for a long time, will know that if she ever decided to come out with a palette, it was going to be in the drugstore price range, and I think she knocked it out of the park with both of those palettes. I did not get the needs. I didn't feel that I needed that one. But I wasn't going to keep the fact that I'm not really into drugstore products. You know, I wasn't going to keep that. Make me stay away from this one. Love the color selection. If you know me, you know that these are the colors that I like using. And that's probably the part that surprises me the most, is since I think Emily had her children, she backed off in some of the more colorful looks. And is that because she had children? Probably not. But she was, you know, going a lot more neutral. Some of her looks were really basic for a while. Excuse me. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. But because, you know, that's because she was a mom. We've all been there, moms. And, I don't know. What else do I have to say? Anyway, personally, I don't think there's really anything bad about the palette. There's a couple shades that you need to work a little bit harder with. But let me tell you, I have Marc Jacobs palette that I kind of feel the same way with. So I think the mattes are perfect in here because they're not too much. That's for sure. They're not too much. And too much can be bad. And also the shimmers, you know, that cupcake shade for me, for instance, that shade, and, you know, probably the other ones too, works really well for me, and it stays on my eyes. Some of the more creamy shades aren't going to work with my hooded eyes, and, you know, it's gonna crease and it's gonna come off. So those shades aren't bad either, and they will definitely work for you and me, the lady down the street, maybe even, you know, the teenager who has hooded eyes due to heritage or whatever. So anyway, that's it. I still love this palette, and I just wanted to share a little bit more of my thoughts on it. Thank you so much. Go buy the Emily Once palette for sure.